Over West Side, everybody know everybody, right? I got nothing but love in my heart for West Side niggas, nothing but love.
Live from Detroit, live from Detroit, live
yeah. Pink suits with hats to match, big crocodiles and Cadillacs. You looking for the fattest sacks? This is where it's at. Windows tinted, seats fully reclined. Keep your hands on the burner, cause niggas know that it's money on their mind.
Yo, what up, though? It's your man Jay Johnson, aka the tinfoil hat titan, aka the conspiracy realist, aka the technology snob, Steve Jobs Jr. Don't text me with your green bubbles, aka I only debate my equals, everybody else I teach. Also known as Juice, because all the hoes say J.U. Ice, Young Caesar, because you know you can't roam without me. Mister, if you don't like me, fight me. I got kicked out of Noah's Ark because they couldn't find another animal just like me, aka the West Side T'Challa, the new leader of Wakanda. Don't debate me, debate your mama. I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. What up?
What up, though? It's your man Dame Gone Wild, the West Side Landlord, the Pride of PA, High Chief Dame Don't Fuck Around, the liquor store legend, the corner store conquistador, your mama's favorite dame, your mama's, and the David Ruffin of the Shop Talk Podcast, because you know who the fuck they came to see. Not you, Otis. It's no better than these 4 letters. Thank God for Dame. And if you're speaking on Dame, you better say it nice. And if you don't put the boss in front, then bitch, you not saying it right. It's the Honorable Judge Boss Dame in this bitch. All rise. I am a motherfucking black belt. Run up on me and find the fuck out. And it's time for the goddamn Kumite. It's Friday night. Let's go.
Welcome back. Shop Talk Podcast, episode 467.
On you hoes.
And we back again for another week of foolishness. You feel me? And it's a familiar time and a familiar place. A familiar time, a familiar place.
That's what's up, man. Good to see you again.
Yeah, likewise. How was your week, my brother?
Yeah, week was good. I want to shout out to the homie Kim Brass. We were able to pod at Tampon Palooza or do some interviews at Tampon Palooza this past Saturday. It was good to come out, see the vibe. A lot of people turned out with a lot of donations for these women's shelters. It's always good. Ken got the Spirit of Detroit Award, which is big deal, man. Bought the big fella to tears.
Yeah.
But deservedly so. Tampon Palooza has been going strong for 10 years. It's a great thing that they're doing for the women of Detroit. Randy Rosario was there and presented him with the award, and she had mentioned something that I think just reigns true for somebody that does not go through, a monthly cycle dealing with women's issues in any capacity. For Ken to, kind of come up with this endeavor and keep it 10 years strong, I think it's just a true testament, not number one, to Sound Off Sundays, and number two, just a valiant effort for a very underserved community here in Detroit. So shout out to Kim Brass for that. The funny thing about it, I think this is our third Tampon Palooza.
Mm-hmm.
And we've gone enough where we know some of the artists that are going to perform. There's some familiar faces when we see there. Shout out to, Peter Paul was there. I saw Krim, Kilogram, Chris P, DJ Mir Saucy. Who else did I see? Oh, but beyond just that, some of the artists we've gotten familiar with. So when I saw, my girl Trill World, she got this song called Mocha Sin, and I love to hear her sing it and perform it because Trill really surprised me. The first Tampon Palooza, she was like, "No, she has a more rapper-esque look."
Mm-hmm.
But she was like, "No, I sing soulfully."
Yeah.
And when I first heard that song and seen the people vibe with it, I love that. She did Mocha Sin. Your homegirl, V Marie, in that Pull Up song. Pull up, bitch, pull up. That was
yeah, I like that.
That's a mean ass song. I didn't get a chance to see Krim perform because we crept out of there a little bit before the end. Kim brought the models out. There's some beautiful women modeling that night. There was one in particular I spent, in the words of my good brother, spent a little bit of time on her Instagram page, just learning more about she's a model and an artist.
Yeah.
Good to find that out. But it was a good time. Shout out to Chris P, Brasshole, Kim Brass for having us. I forget my man name that's on the well, I don't want to call him security, but he always work in the front table. He'll beat your baby daddy up for a small fee and record it. I forget his name though. I don't want to discredit him, but shout out to you too, homie. It's good to see you.
Yeah, he was at the 10-year anniversary. If y'all watched that live stream, which is still up on YouTube.
Yeah.
He was live streaming for 3 hours, by the way. There was we did an interview, you know what I'm saying? We got a chance to kick it with him. You feel me?
Yeah, just good to see some of the other artists that we've Toy Too Tall, Peter Poet.
Yeah.
Just people that we've had the opportunity to sit down and talk to before and see them and their continued growth. P is hosting a lot of poetry events around the city. Toy Too Tall is booked and busy. She's performing a little bit of everywhere. She has some wild ass jokes. So it was good to see her. And it's just a good environment. It's full of love, full of positive energy. So shout out to that. You know what, man? The kids on spring break, and I got a chance to I took a day off this week because my plan was to take my babies to the zoo, but it was cold as fuck.
Yeah.
But I was like, I just want to do something with them since they out of school. And I normally don't get
never
that.
Closed up. It's like year round.
The zoo is 365. It's never closed.
That's crazy.
It's wild. But
I guess I never thought about the zoo being open like on Sunday or some shit like that. I just never thought about it. Like, that's crazy.
I just don't want to go to the zoo and it's 40 degrees outside. Like, that's good for the animals, but it ain't good for Dame. So we went to Urban Air instead, and nigga had a ball. I love spots like Urban Air and all of that shit.
What's Urban Air?
It's like one of them trampoline parks. You can jump up and down on shit. They got what is it?
There video of you jumping up and down? Because I've never seen you jump before. Is there video of you jumping up and down, even on a trampoline?
I wish there was, because I do get out there and get active with my babies.
Is there any proof of this?
I didn't take. No, there's no video of it.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
If they were here, they could tell you. Because
I remember you said you would have your son vouch for something, and we've never seen him. We've never heard from him.
I don't remember what that was. But my children aren't liars, and neither is Boss Dame. But there was a point in the afternoon for my son. He was like, "Daddy, I want to see you bounce as high as you can." And I was like, "All right."
Okay.
And I got out there on that trampoline and I tried to jump as high as I could.
How high did you jump?
Not very high.
I can't picture you doing nothing.
Not very high. I did get out there because I just like playing with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they keep me young, and then I spend a whole bunch of money taking them out to lunch and feeding them bullshit. And nigga, by 7:00 that night, like, I took everybody home about 7:30. I made it home about 7:30, 8:00. Nigga, I was so fucking tired, I could not keep my eyes open. I just went to bed at 8:00 because I was done. I was done. So, shout out to my kids and them participating and letting daddy's bullshit be a part of their day. So
yeah, I didn't realize a couple of things. One, I didn't realize it was spring break for some of the kids, and I didn't realize that spring break is different weeks depending on what school system you're in. But I went out to this VR place downtown, and it was a lot of kids there. I'm like, what? I'm like, why are there? I mean,
children here?
Yeah, like, why are there children here? Like, I just didn't understand. Like, why are y'all here? Like,
what day of the week did you go?
Thursday. I'm like, okay. Like, why are y'all here? And it was like, I don't know, 4:30 or so. So technically, it could be it could be kids there, but it was like y'all. It seemed like y'all been here. Like it don't seem like y'all just got here from. I was confused. Like, yo, why is it so many kids here? But yo, that VR shit was. I've never, like, I did. I tried on the Apple Vision Pro. Right. Remember I came on here and I talked about the Apple Vision Pro roughly a year ago around this time. But that's more like augmented reality. I mean, you can get fully immersed, but that's like augmented reality. I've never did any virtual reality shit. You know what I'm saying? So you go in there, you put the head shit on there, and like you in this big room or whatever.
Triggers.
Yeah, and I was in there killing zombies and you know, just matter of fact, yeah, I was in there killing zombies and all the other shit. And yo, it is pretty fun to be like immersed in that world. What's so funny is shit, like did I say that? I don't know if you've seen the videos of like people in virtual reality, like running in the walls and like punching people and doing all that shit. So I had like watched that like right before. So it's like in my mind. So is this one portion while you in this row and you like got to walk across like this plank, you feel me? And it's like green acid ooze everywhere else. So you got to like, so in your brain, you feel like you got to stay still, like, oh, but like you can walk across the other shit. Like it's a mind thing where it's like, okay. It's like if you step on if you on top of a ledge, you be like, yeah, nigga, just walk out there. Like I'm gonna fall if I walk out there. And like, no, you won't. Right? That's what it feels like. You telling yourself, I'm like, fuck it. I know this is the floor, so I'm just gonna walk across the green ooze. And yeah, man, I was lighting them motherfuckers up. I didn't realize how bad, how evil I was out there with the trigger pulls. I came in number 1.
That's what's up.
200 kills.
200. How long is the game, nigga?
Man, it feel like you only in there for a few moments, but like while we were waiting to go, the game is about 30 minutes. You feel me? So like, but when I was up in there, it didn't feel like I was in there 30 minutes. You feel me? That's what she said. But like I had 112 headshots. Pause. Like I was in that motherfucker just destroying people.
So I'm curious, is it like you pay for like a certain amount of time or like a per game type of thing? It's
a game or this experience. You pay for the game, and then this particular game was, I don't know, some zombies or some shit. I guess there's 2 different ones, but it's about 30 minutes or so. And like so, I was there with. I was just there with one other person, but we went in there with 4 other people that we didn't know, and you pay like in teams, so 6 people go at a time. And you know, you look at your cartoon body, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. That shit was good. But also you got these vests on, and the vests like vibrate. So you know what I'm saying.
So
if
you like feel like you got shot. Yeah. Well, so the zombies don't shoot you. You feel me? But other people, you can feel if somebody shot you. But like if a zombie is like coming up behind you, it grab you. It'll. So you know, okay. Like when somebody on you, and it's zombies everywhere, my nigga. Like sometimes you be forgetting that, like, hey, and like you in an open. In my brain, I knew we in this open room, right? And there's inside the game, there's like a red line that says "Do not cross," right? So that you don't like run into a wall, right? So you try to stay in there in the little square or whatever. But while you in there, you feel cramped because it's not like a bunch of room. And then like in the game, it may be a wall there or a generator there or some shit. Technically, you can probably just like walk through the generator, but you immersed in the game, like it's still real. Yeah. So like, can you see the other, like your other teammates? Can you see them when you playing the game? Okay. Yeah. You can see they avatars or whatever. Yeah. That's dope, man. Yeah, but like in real life, you're closer to the avatar than it actually looks. So you'll fuck around and bump into another person in real life. You're like, oh, I thought I had more feet. Man, it was really fun though. I was like, damn. Like I can understand why a nigga would like go inside of one of these and don't want to come back out. You feel me? Okay. Yeah. It's like the metaverse. Like, that shit was a flop. I spent all that money on that name, man. I saw you post some shit the other day, and I was laughing because, like,
remember when you niggas was buying real estate in the metaverse, thought it was gonna be a great idea?
Niggas was talking to me like I was stupid. Like, dog, you not gonna get on this? You're not gonna get on this shit? So, and I remember trying to explain it to a nigga like how I explain like 2K. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I make my player character, like, yeah, he fresh and he can hoop his ass off, but like I can't buy him a virtual like what's
No, you
the
can.
purpose of buying this nigga a penthouse? I'm
Now,
gonna turn the
granted,
game off.
you remember, I don't know, this is probably 10 years ago when PlayStation, was it the PS3? Or PS3 or PS4, they had this virtual hub thing that, I mean, it wasn't virtual, but you'll be
Yeah.
on the game, you'll go in there, you can build your house and everything like that. And I understand a non-fungible token and the fact that you want your character, yo, buy him some shoes on the game. So when you play the game, he looks sweet. It's
Oh,
$1
no.
or $2, right?
2K duped me one year. Like I spent like $100 on my player one year. Like I got really into that shit. Like I was
Yeah.
trying to be like one of them niggas. So I get it.
Yeah.
But again, what's the purpose of me trying to buy prime real estate in an imaginary fucking world where
That's
the
when
real estate is not prime? It's everywhere.
that's when I stopped listening to them black popular stock niggas who be out and about. They
Okay.
give good information, but the way they was on that shit and the way they was like, some people were like talking down to people who wasn't in it. Like, oh, this is what's wrong with black folks. Y'all always late to the game. And Snoop just bought some real estate in the virtual reality. All right, my nigga. First and foremost, telling me Snoop did anything is not gonna get me to do that thing. Okay.
Or nigga, what is the benefit of me living next door to a virtual Snoop Dogg? Just like for real, just explain it to me in a way that we can all understand. Because I don't understand it.
First and foremost, like the reason that real estate and land and property is important in the real world because it's finite. You feel me? Like they just don't have another place where you can readily just go get more land because I want more land. You feel me? Now in Dubai, them niggas make more land, whatever. That's something different. But in virtual reality, it's quite literally limitless, my nigga. Like, what are you talking about? Like what are you talking about?
Again, what is the benefit of living next door to a virtual Snoop Dogg mansion? There is none. There is none. Or when like niggas was buying them NFT, remember them monkey NFTs?
Got niggas on monkey shit once again. Once again, the white man got you on some monkey shit.
But niggas was talking to you like, dog, you don't get it. That's why niggas ain't rich. You gonna be behind the 8 ball. Generational wealth, my nigga. You gonna miss out on it. This is generational wealth. All right, show it to me. Show me your generation's worth of wealth.
Nigga, you are not rich in this generation, but you got enough wealth for another generation. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Again, I'll be the first nigga to tell you basketball was never like my primary sport. I can't hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I'm not gonna, shake and bake a nigga down the court. My nigga on 2K that year was nice. He was 6'10". He was like a Kevin Garnett type of player. He was nice. But when I turn off the game, that's where it stops. He doesn't go to his imaginary penthouse in 2K world.
The thing is, never turn off the game, young man. You don't have to go back to your boring life. You can be 6'10" here all the time.
Dog, 2K did me so bad.
Listen,
let me tell you how down bad I was with 2K. Like, nigga, I made my play. I don't know if you played 2K in a while. That may not be your. I know you. That's not like really your lane.
But it ain't been my lane in about 15 years. I used to play live. I was never into 2K. I always thought 2K was trash, but then live disappeared in 2013, 2014ish. Never
2K was your only option.
Yeah.
So I've been playing 2K since Dreamcast, but it got to a point where like
Side note, a lot of niggas started playing 2K because that shit was cheap. You feel me?
$20.
It was $20.
It was $20.
And then y'all niggas don't want to admit that NBA Live was where it was at, but niggas only had the $20, and that's where 2K popped off. And then it took over years later because Live dropped the ball. But like you started playing Live. I mean, the general you, because that shit was $20.
First of all, I was playing Bulls versus Celtics. I remember
Bulls versus Blazers, Bulls versus Celtics. For sure.
My nigga, I remember when Live 95 came out and niggas could do signature moves. You couldn't tell me that shit did not look like TV.
Yeah, the year before that was in 94, NBA Showdown was it was like the pinnacle. But then when Live 95 came out, boy, it was a mode that you can go into in Live 95 where the whole game stops and you just basically shoot an open run by yourself. And it'll show you the percentage of all the shots. Like if you shot from here, this is a 90% shot. Like Live 95 is probably the greatest game ever.
Player intros, number 99. Yeah. Like that's so I've been doing this shit for a while, but nigga, I was down bad, really bad about 2 years ago with 2K. I decided like I wanted to go all in. A woman I was dating, it might have been a little bit longer than 2 years ago, maybe 3. But a woman I was dating at the time bought me 2K like on a surprise. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna get into this shit. Nigga, I started, there used to be a time where you could create your player and you could just make that nigga 99. 2K make you pay for it. You gotta pay for skills, you gotta go out into the court, you gotta ball, like you gotta build that nigga up. I built my player up to like a 96. And then I lost the nigga. I don't know how I did it, but I lost the profile. My nigga, I went online in these different chat groups and I found a way that you can get your player back, but you have to go through a verification process with like 2K. The shit take like 7 to 10 business days. But then you turn on your game again and like he's there. Like he never left. But like you literally got to send like videos and screenshots. It's just a whole fucking process. And I was like, dog, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And they're going to make another one in 6 months. Why am I going through all this? And I said, never again. Never again. And I stopped.
I watch a lot of the gaming shit on YouTube. I just spend a lot of time on YouTube. So they were showing live 2013 versus like live. Basically, they showed live 10 years ago and not live. I'm sorry, 2K 10 years ago and 2K like this year, and the same thing with the wrestling games, whatever. And apparently, just looking at the graphics and everybody's feedback, it was better 10 years ago. Like how the gameplay was and everything, and it's like, how did y'all fuck this up? How'd you get worse when all you got to do is like create more people that look like this?
Because everybody thinks you got to make such advances in the game and technology when really you probably don't. Like 2K, yes, the graphics look a little bit better every year, but the game really
sometimes they change how they like both the LeBrons from 10 years ago look like LeBron James. You're right, but like you think this looks like a better version and he looked more real. Like you change the shit just to change it, and don't do that.
I mean, they want to make you feel like investing $70 every year in the game is look, this is my opinion, and I don't run no corporation or nothing. Nigga, let me just buy the 2K series. And every year, y'all just there's a new patch. I download the new rosters, and I just keep it going.
For sure.
Maybe it's a yearly
for the rest of your life. You feel me?
Maybe it's like a yearly subscription. I pay, $30 for the New Year's subscription, but like just do it like that, my nigga.
Yeah, I'm with that. Shit. I don't know. Yes, I'm with that. It's better than paying $70 every year for sure. But a portion of me, I hate the new subscription model for everything right now because everything is a subscription. You used to go to the app store and download an app. You paid your $4 or $5 or some shit, and it was yours forever. Now, download the app for free, but it's gonna be $4 a month for you to use this service, or you're gonna have these ads in it. It's like, yo, subscription fatigue is a real thing. You know what I'm saying?
But I look at some shit like Grand Theft Auto. The last Grand Theft Auto may have been like 7-8 years ago by now. Might be a little bit older.
They waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6, and every day on the internet I see something. Y'all got this, but still ain't released Grand Theft Auto 6 in a comment that has nothing to do with anything. I see a comment like that every day.
But remember, like they didn't make a Grand Theft. They just made like different patches, different adventures. You could expand on the Grand Theft Auto that you had, and it gave the game like a different longevity. Now, when Grand Theft Auto 6 come out, like that's probably gonna turn niggas.
I saw the trailer for GTA 6 like 2.5 years ago. My nigga, like, yo, release this shit already. It's supposed to come this year, but
when it come out, it's gonna turn niggas into hermits. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is gonna be inside when Grand Theft Auto 6 come out.
Like they make the most money of anything ever sold. It was some stupid stat like that. Like, yo, they sell like $400 million in revenue in like 4 days or some shit. Like it's something crazy. Yeah. Don't exact quote me for that, but it's something crazy.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
The franchise make a lot of dough.
Yeah, hell yeah. So. All right, man. Listen, man, we're gonna try something new this week, a little earlier in the episode. Man, you got a music pick this week.
I do have a music pick this week. I want to shout out my brother in powerful content creating, Deacon Curvature Gotti. Me and Curve have this conversation all the time between the two of us about Devin Booker. Devin Booker does not belong on the Phoenix Suns. Trade that man and bring him back home to Detroit. Put him in a Pistons uniform, team him with Cade Cunningham, and let these niggas run the East. My music pick of the week, the name of the song is Devin Booker by All-Star, JR, and LOM Rudy. Devin Booker is my music pick of the week. Hey, yo, anybody out there in sports land, D Booker is wasting his career in Phoenix. Bring him home. Make him a Piston any way possible. Kevin Durant is wasting his last years with Devin Booker. Bring him to Detroit.
So you get rid of Jaden Ivey?
Absolutely.
Who else you get rid of? Because he got to get rid of some other people. You're not just gonna get D Book. He's a franchise player. Who else would you take from this young Pistons team that everybody swear they love right now because we're about to go to playoff? Who would you leave off that team? Because you're not just getting that.
I love my Pistons. I do. Give them Jaden Ivey, beef stew,
no,
and a second round pick for D Booker.
No, they're not. They're not doing that. One, beef stew is the heart and soul of Detroit's defense. By the way, like this,
But I mean, you gotta make the trade worthwhile.
Yeah, but then you take away the thing that makes you the thing.
We still got Duren in the middle. We still tough.
I wouldn't. You can't get away with beef stew. I get it. I understand. You can't get away. You can't. He is the reason. And he apparently, like, his blocks is ridiculous. Like, he's a presence down there, like a Ben Wallace was a presence, like a Dennis Rodman. Like, yo, on the outside looking in, yo, this thing only get 8 points a game or some shit. No, it's different out there. It's different over there.
Give him Jaden Ivey and a protected first round pick.
You're not getting that for a franchise player, my nigga. You got to give up some more, and I don't know that I want to do that. If we didn't got it out the mud and went from 14 wins to technically possible 48, 49, 50 wins.
I mean, right now they're sitting on the 5th seed in the East.
Yeah. So like, hey, I don't know, man. I would just shake the dice with what we doing because we only gonna get better. And we did all this with Jaden Ivey on injury reserve.
Yeah, hurt. So that's what I'm saying. Get rid of Jaden or just do it straight up. Jaden for Booker.
No, who's taking? I'm not taking that trade. If what the fuck I want him for?
Hey, my nigga, I just seen Luka Doncic get traded for a bunch of magic beans. Anything is possible in the NBA.
Who the magic bean? Anthony Davis not no fucking magic bean, my nigga.
Street clothes don't never play. He hurt right now.
And Luka still has. Did you see that game the other day? That nigga don't play no defense. None. They was targeting that nigga. The other day, they was like, yo, Indiana, they was switching off trying to get that nigga. If it wasn't for that last second tip.
I mean, LeBron saved them niggas in the last second.
Dog, look, this nigga can't. I'm not even bullshitting. Luka may be the worst defensive player I have ever seen in my life. No hyperbole.
He is completely disinterested in the thought of playing defense. Like, why would you even ask me to do this shit?
He got traded because of the finals last year. Fam, on Indiana, they were this nigga. What's my man for Indiana, dog? Halliburton. This nigga, he did so many screens so I can get Luka on me. Like, no, I want this nigga on me, please. Everybody just blew by. That nigga let them go on a 7-0 run. It was 7 points in a row scored on him.
But that nigga turn around and get you 15 points right back. I mean, I get it. Luka is completely uninterested in playing defense.
He can't. He don't have that skill in him. He don't have that in him. You feel me?
I mean, you take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
He might give you 30 a night, and he
give you 30, but the nigga who he guarding put up 40. Like, what the fuck?
And then one thing I am gonna give you a little credit about, some shit Jason was right about, is young Bronny James. He is finally starting to like come into his own. When he played that night, when he played 39 minutes and had like 19 points,
17 points.
Yeah, he's looking like an NBA player. And what I will say, as a 55th pick in the draft, second round pick, 55th pick, you don't expect that nigga to be a superstar. You expect him to be maybe a contributing player. And Bronny is going to probably end up being a contributing player in the NBA. He'll be a rotational player. He still got to work on them ball handling skills. Like, he's not really a true point guard. He's not tall enough to be a shooting guard. He's not tall. He only 6'2".
Like, his position don't really exist in the league. Like, there isn't a 6'2" shooting guard because he don't push the point. Like, he's not a point guard. He's a 2 guard. And that position, it don't exist in this current NBA. It's funny that you bring that up, though, because my Who's Mans is this weekend actually goes to Stephen A. Smith. I will play the little stuff.
His hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately.
And this is what it would have looked like.
Yeah, make it more free. Yeah, push. Put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him.
Now, a week ago or so, I was explaining how I understood where Stephen A. was coming from with his comments in regards to LeBron and him putting himself out there, the whole 9 yards. I don't have a problem with that, like, at all. It is what it is.
Okay.
But Brian was on ESPN on Pat McAfee show.
Yeah.
Just sitting down, kicking it, speaking off the cuff, like you never hear him talk. And he had words, jokes for Stephen A. And now Stephen A., he can't handle it, and he kind of crashing out. And you really crashing out, and you don't look good, Stephen A. Fam, you talk a lot. And you talk about and talk to people for a living. So you got to be able to take it as well. Now, I would understand if LeBron said, yo, I came on that type of time where I was about to fuck Stephen A. up and on some shit. That nigga didn't say nothing about putting no fucking hand. Why did you even say that? If he would have put his hands on me, I would have absolutely swung on him. What are you talking about? One, first and foremost, I don't have a problem with that. I heard niggas be like, yeah, you shouldn't do that. He's 6'8", he's 6'10". Any nigga
put his hands on you, you got to defend yourself.
Yeah, right.
You got to.
So, on the surface,
win, lose, or draw, you got to defend yourself.
I'm throwing these hands back. You feel me? But he didn't say that though. Like, why you want to fight him now? Because like I don't understand. What are you talking
Steven was
about?
talking about like once I leave, once I retire, let's see who talk about you. A lot of people. He's the NBA's leading scorer. A lot of people are going to talk about LeBron James years from now.
Then he started crashing out, talking about, I didn't talk about when you ain't go to Kobe's funeral. I ain't talk about when you ain't go to Dwayne Wade's this. I ain't talk about that.
But he was at Kobe's funeral. He was at the memorial service.
But why would you talk about that? Like, I don't understand. Like, what do you? Damn, don't like. This is what I hate.
Niggas reaching for straws. They grasping for straws.
Listen, if you make a good argument and I like the argument, I'm gonna support the argument. But don't fuck up like the next week, nigga. Like, you look so uncool and so uncomfortable. And you kind of went on like a little tour about that shit. And LeBron was like, he was making fun of him, like, well, you know, I don't want to talk about this, but since the video came out, he said that nigga was giddy. I'm like, yo, he was entertaining. He was fun. It was like
Kevin Love on Instagram.
I do not.
Oh, because he's been trolling Stephen A. all week. It's hilarious.
Funny.
It's hilarious. Funny. Kevin Love is low key funny as fuck. He been trolling Stephen A. all week. First of all, my nigga, when there's video out there of you hitting like that, yeah, I do believe that we all.
And this is what it would have looked like.
All right, keep going. I just want to leave that in the background.
Like, we're all men. You know what I'm saying? If another man put his hands on you, yes, you got to swing back. But like, nigga, what is them punches gonna do? And so I got this theory in my mind. Now, it may be wrong, but I'll share my theory with you. I feel like if LeBron and Stephen A., and I'm just talking hypothetical, if something got physical, it would probably be LeBron wrapping his hands around your neck.
I don't think LeBron
you at a distance. Huh?
I don't know that man, but I feel like LeBron ain't never gotten to no fight.
He probably never has because, you know, he's been protected. He's been a protected commodity his whole life. You know what I'm saying? LeBron probably ain't never really, maybe in a locker room situation, maybe.
At when?
Another.
Because like locker room in high school? No, yeah. I don't think nobody beat you up in high school because
I'm just saying maybe. But like LeBron probably ain't never really had to like go for his. He's been LeBron James since he was 16, 15, 16.
He's also been like the tallest person in the room the whole time. So you may not, I'm going to avoid a fight because I'm just bigger than everybody. You feel me? Like,
but Stephen A., them noodle arms wouldn't have did shit to stop LeBron from dragging your ass every other way but loose.
Yo, that video is so wild because one, you had on dad shoes. You feel me? He had on them Nikes. This was before Stephen A. started getting them big soup. He was big. Stephen A. been getting money for a long time, but he wasn't getting no ridiculous amount of those. That wasn't like ridiculous checks. Now the 20s and 30s and $40 million checks, and now the $100 million. Stephen A. dresses and acts totally different now than that clip with the black wife beater in the dad shoes. Because like if you got video of you punching. Like him and Meek Mill, those are the worst boxing punching videos I've ever seen in life. Almost, y'all, you can't talk crazy. I would have absolutely swung on him, my nigga. What are you talking about? Whose man's is this? And no one's claiming Stephen A. is like, yeah, that's my man. No one's coming to the whose man's section.
Perk, Woj, ain't nobody claiming you, Stephen. Ain't nobody got your back.
Yeah. Anywho, I figured out we'll start doing a music pick in the whose man's is this a little earlier in the episode. You feel me?
Fine.
But let's jump into some topics. I need to get your thoughts on this, dog.
Okay. And I would love to give you my thoughts.
I'm gonna play the video. We're gonna watch it in its entirety. It's about 2 minutes. We probably gonna laugh before it's over. I just want to know what you would have done in this situation.
Okay.
Understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. I just think $20 is a lot of money. $20, believe it or not, when my late wife, Melinda P. Sapp, was alive, was a good date. I could take her to the movies, buy a box of popcorn, get 1 soda, 2 straws. I wasn't cheap, that's swag. I was looking in her eyes, she's looking in mine. Can't do that no more. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I got you. Let's see. So put your 20 away, preachers. That 20 wasn't for you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're,
I'm not gonna make it to the end of this video. I'm not gonna make it to the end of this video. I'm gonna reserve my thoughts, man. What's up with this shit, dog?
So I'm a little conflicted about this video for a few different reasons. I understand that the church is a business. It's a faith-based business, but it is a business. There are certain operating budgets. There are monthly budgets. I mean, the church still get bills, mortgage, light bill, gas, those are just normal operating costs. There may be people that work in the church full time. They get paid because they're on payroll. So the church does need a specific amount in order to function, in order for the business to continue doing their business. My grandfather was a pastor, so I saw and I understand the business of church. Number two, I have been in churches like this where they be like, we're not going to leave until we get X amount of dollars so we can meet our budget for the day. And, they passing the plate around. It's that whole, more or less production. So I've seen this. I've seen this at smaller churches. I've been to some larger congregation churches in the city of Detroit with very notable pastors that I've seen them do the same thing as well. I do not like the imagery of it. Does not look good. I don't like how that's presented. And for a few different reasons. Number one, I just think that even in the word, the Lord talks about a cheerful giver, not a giver under duress, but a cheerful giver. Word also talks about that the Lord will also supply all of your needs according to his riches in heaven. So if he's going to supply all of your needs, you don't necessarily need the whole visual and representation, like ain't nobody going nowhere till we get what we need, I think does not need to happen. And number three, people will find any reason why not to go to church. Church hurt is a real thing. People not wanting to go to church for whatever reasons that they have. They think some churches are a money grab.
So logic and common sense, though.
There is. But this is the type of thing that gives people that fuel for those conversations. I just don't like how it was done. I think if there's a plead or need for the church, then you put that out there and let people give according to what they want. You
think this church is struggling? Like they lights is gonna be? Do you think Marvin Sapp church is struggling, like the lights about to get turned off?
Whatever church Marvin Sapp is. So this is another thing that I know somebody that has booked Marvin Sapp at their church here locally in Detroit. And Pastor Sapp or Bishop Sapp, there is a financial
Hey,
obligation.
go ahead and speak regular, nigga. Cause you beating around the bush. You doing a whole bunch of legalese. Go ahead and speak how you speak, dog.
There's a financial. The nigga not coming to sing. Fucking. He saw the best in me for free. You got to pay the big fella to come out. You know what I'm saying? You paying for, but you understand that when you pay for Marvin Sapp to come out, there's a return for the church's end as well.
What is the reason that you pay for Marvin Sapp to come out though?
Because they're gonna show up.
It's like you a party promoter. You a concert promoter.
Yeah,
I get Rick Ross to come to the stage, then everybody else is gonna come in, and then we got a pastor offering, we got the regular offering. I get my regular offering, you get your guest pastor offering. That's how we gonna make some money in this.
There's an even exchange, but I know I've heard. Let me just say this: that there's a booking fee to get him to come out, and rightfully so. Why wouldn't he? So, no, I don't. Do I think the church is struggling? Absolutely.
Why wouldn't
not.
he?
Huh?
You said why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't he charge to come out? I'm an artist. I'm a well-known pastor. Plus, I am an artist. Why wouldn't I charge to come out? You're gonna pay to fly me out. You're gonna pay to post me up. You're gonna get me transportation back and forth. You're gonna give me a per diem so I can eat. And when I come preach 3 services on Sunday, yeah, my nigga, you're gonna pay for that. You're gonna pay for that. But again, you also getting a return from that shit too. Ain't nobody struggling. Everybody eating with everybody eating. So
there's a scripture, John chapter 12, verse 6, when he was talking about Judas, and Judas was speaking up about, I'm about to give you a layman's term, like he was speaking up about you didn't take up a collection plate for the poor or something like that. But he really wasn't trying to say that because he cared about that. I'm stealing out all of the collection plates. You feel me? So I can come to you as if like, how y'all not gonna take up a collection for the homeless and for the sick and shut in, and you really doing it because you just want your cut.
Right.
That's not the same as you being a pastor, you doing the Lord's work and the Lord will provide for you. You're not doing that shit. You're doing that shit for money. You can cloak that shit in whatever you want to cloak it for, but you're doing this shit for a pay, for a fee. And now
I want to make sure I get my back end.
But no, that's not the back end. That's the whole reason that you're doing it. So you cloaking yourself in this God and Jesus shit. And in real life, I'm just trying to get the money. And that's 2 totally different things. And to your point, that's why some people are like, yo, I'm not messing with that because he did it. That means all y'all doing it this way. You or he or him, whoever, you have a different responsibility. Right, because of who you representing, you gotta be. You have a different. Like you gotta have a morality clause in your contract. Right. You can't even be seen as. There are some people like, yo, we can't even give the illusion of impropriety, even if you didn't do it. Excuse me. You can't even get the illusion of it because just the illusion of it and your particular job and your position, it has such a grave impact. Locking the doors because we need $40,000. Nigga, what? The fuck?
He didn't say lock. He didn't say lock the doors. Just close the doors. Us just close the doors. Close the doors.
It's semantics, my nigga. Close the doors. No, close the doors. Close the ushers. Close the doors. So if a nigga, this is an extreme example. I'm using this as an extreme example.
I'm following you.
If I go up into a church and I take out my strap and say, "Hey, close the doors," a motherfucker gonna say, "This nigga locked us in there and was about to shoot us all."
Yeah.
I didn't say lock the doors. I just said close, Your Honor. Nigga, if I give the bank teller a note to say, I want all the money in here, please, I asked him a question. I didn't say I was right. No, I didn't even have a gun. You passed the note, my nigga. You did it. We got 1,000 people online, 1,000 people in here. Never would have made it. You would never would have made it, my nigga. You never would have made it with me, my nigga. Listen, I'm not ready to talk about this other topic yet, but I watched something this week, and it's a cult, right? This thing I watched, and the people who participate in this thing are participants inside of a cult.
Okay.
Not like you like Apple products, you a part of the Apple cult. No, an actual cult. Like so much so that like when you called out on it or anything pressure is placed on it, I'll make an excuse for it. When people are in cults, that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
Depending on who your pastor is or who your spiritual advisor is, there are cults in church. Some people are in cults in church. And like they will find a way to make an excuse to say this is wrong. Oh no, he only do this because it is. Fam, people are being hurt by this. Not specifically Marvin Sapp because he want to he go through the whole prosperity treatment. It's a scam, my nigga. It's a grift. How many times have we talked about the Steve Martin movie Leap of Faith when he was
Leap of Faith. Yeah.
Traveling like it's a grift. Is every pastor like that? No, I have pastors in my family who preach and have church. Like, no, everybody's not like that. But like, it's a grift. And when you don't call out a clear grift, it is what it is. I've been to churches here where all the $1,000 customers, supporters come down to the front. If you like, nigga, you lining up my fucking all the $500 come on down here. Cause what you doing is when you say, yo, bring the collection plates down there. Now I'm putting the extra pressure on you. I want to ostracize people. I need to see you to do it. This is tactics, my nigga. These are psychological tactics.
Yeah. Because people don't want to feel left out, and they definitely don't want to feel embarrassed. Like
there's a popular pastor here in the city of Detroit, and they were going over the church business when he don't got the doors of the church are open. Come on down.
Everybody close their eyes.
This the grift. Everybody close their eyes. If ain't nobody coming down, he lie in the house of the Lord and say a man came down. And when a man come down, 2 women go up. It's just what it is. It is what it is. They figured it out. It's like the sales process. You know how to sell shit, my nigga. Like, you lie in order to get somebody to come. Oh yeah, we got a young man coming down. Good God. Yeah. Now I say all this not to say you should not be in church, or not to say that all pastors are this way or whatever. But you got to call out the bullshit. You got to call out the bad apples. You got to call out bad behavior. I won't say he a bad apple. I don't know that man like that. But you got to point out bad behavior. When you don't call out bad behavior, it impacts everybody else. There's some good cops. Well, how come they don't tell them the bad cops?
Like all cops ain't bad. Well, all of them ain't good. All of them ain't good neither.
Like, come on, dog. What is this shit, man? All that prosperity preaching and shit. You know what I'm saying? They got from school. All you talk about is the money. Oh, money.
God gonna bless you with a new car. God gonna bless you with a new house.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. And as soon as you leave out this motherfucking parking lot, when I get that bag and this ski mask, God gonna bless me with it all.
And what I don't like.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way, but like,
no, I get it. We talk. There's some facetiousness in what we're saying, but like, we've seen like New Era Detroit run in on a church service.
Mm-hmm.
When you got people that are part of the congregation that are struggling, literally don't know how they're gonna make it from day to day, and you got the pastor of the church that lives in a mansion and drives a Rolls Royce while his congregation is struggling, while the area in which his church is placed in is, in despair. It's like, what are those funds really going towards? I'm not saying that the pastor shouldn't have nice things. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have a nice home and a nice car. But like, also, what are you doing for the people that come to your church? What are you doing for the congregation? How are you helping, the members of your church get in a better position? I think those things are equally as important.
Yeah.
Like, if the church is going to be a faith-based business, is the church giving out food baskets? Are we, giving away clothes or helping these kids out with back to school shit? Like, what are we doing because church is not just the building. It's also the act. It's the community. It's,
It used to be.
Yeah, it did. And there are still a lot of good churches and places around that do those things, that are still doing the Lord's work. But I don't think the Lord's work is pressing people to give $40,000 worth of donations on a Sunday just because we got Marvin Sapp here today.
It costs to be up here. Well, nigga, that's your cost. That's your cost to bear, my nigga. Who said this shit was gonna be easy? That's not my cost to bear.
Yeah.
It 40,000. Nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of here, $40,000. Never would have made it. You'd never make it around here. Sorry, I'm not doing it. And at that, so this is a me issue. This is a Jason issue. When you press me to do something that I don't agree with, and I think that you're getting over, I'm gonna act a fool. Oh, y'all closing the doors?
Church, Jay? You would act a fool in church?
In there, if you want to close the fucking doors and say, everybody come down here and give me money, I'm going directly to the door. Like, open the fucking door. Because what you about to do in here? Usher, move your old ass the fuck out of my way before I make a scene in this bitch. And I'm doing it on purpose. And
you know what they're going to do? They're going to ostracise you. You see that brother right there? He's not obedient to the word of the Lord. They're going to ostracize you. And that's the worst thing you can do. Because I'm doing it to prove a point. You feel me? And it's not, is my heart in the right place right there? Or right now? No, this is anger and frustration speaking. You feel me? But like, no, you got the right one today. Because I don't agree with what you're doing here. I will be just like Jesus and start flipping over shit up in this temple. Right now, I start flipping shit over in this temple. Because you ain't never seen Jesus collect no fucking offering. You seen that man come to your house and do chores for you. You ain't never collected no fucking no offering. No. I come to your house and like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and straighten up around here because I know you. I don't want to be a burden. You feel me? But the Bible does talk about tithing and giving. Like that's part of the word. The Bible is a book, though, right? Like, so what I mean by that, if every book in the Bible is not talking specifically about Jesus Christ. I'm telling you stories about what happened with Peter and his life, or what happened to Job and all this different stuff. Just because somebody did something in the Bible, like, well, it's in the Bible. It's a lot of shit in the Bible. That don't mean that it was God saying that you're supposed to do this specifically. Like, was you supposed to try to cut a baby in half? It was in the Bible. Like, no. Like, it's a lot of shit in the Bible that, yeah, you heard that because it went on to prove a point. It went on to tell a story. It went on to, this was like a trial and tribulation or whatever. That don't mean that's just I don't know. Like, so they'll say because the three wise men gave gifts, that's why we give Christmas gifts. Nigga, ain't nobody fucking say come go buy somebody a gift for Christmas. That shit is not in the Bible. God didn't say, yes, it's Christmas, so go buy people gifts. But niggas will take something. Is that the voice of God that you was just doing? It came from me, right? Am I not made in his image? He probably sound like all of us. You feel me? But like, you're gonna take something and just be like, oh, this is what this mean. Oh, they brought gifts. No, that's us. That's human shit that we are ascribing to. I don't like it. Okay. And nigga, all y'all money tax free. All my money get taxed. I'm working 4 months out the year for free, and you get it all. You ain't no taxes, nigga. Because you're doing the Lord's work here, Jason. You're doing your own work. We doing
There are people doing the Lord's work, and they in the streets, and they in temples and all the other good shit. But like, we don't call out bad behavior, man. This is what happens.
You know, I had the opportunity to go to the Ark a few months ago, and Boyd was talking about, you know, the preacher's class that they had going on. And he said, you learn to preach outside to people before you learn how to preach up here at the pulpit. Like if you think you're gonna come in and take the preacher's class and jump right into the pulpit, like, nah, that's not how it works. You got to go outside and preach to the people. You got to witness to them. You got to talk to them. You got to do the groundwork. Jesus wasn't going on a tour and hitting all the, you know, the big temple spots in Jerusalem. He was on 2 feet talking to people and doing miracles out in the streets. So that's, hey man, Pastor Marvin Sapp, this shit just don't look good, man. I get it. I've seen it before. I've been in churches where this has happened. I have sat in churches where they ask, you know, we asking people to give a $5,000 seed, and I see people line up.
My nigga, seed these.
I've seen
why
it.
don't you? No, this is the day that the Lord has made. Why don't you rejoice and be glad in it? Give me some money. Y'all take in money every week.
But
why don't you push some out? Because I know the rent in this motherfucker ain't that high.
Oh man, them is $1 million buildings. The mortgage is high. But I've also been in churches where I've seen. I know personally. I was at church.
Taxes, so the mortgage is the exact same price. My mortgage, I pay for my mortgage go up every January because them fucking taxes is in that shit. And unless you got an extra couple $1,000 to roll in there, no. Do I got an extra $6,000 because my nope. So here's an extra $200 on your mortgage, my nigga. My shit keep going up because of taxes. Now, if you tax free, your shit is maybe I don't understand this shit right. And you know, maybe I'm not the real estate nigga and all that shit. I don't know if do they not have to pay property? I don't know how that shit works with the no taxes thing. I don't know how it worked. But if it worked like I'm saying, I'm thinking it worked, your mortgage the same price, my nigga.
So
I don't know.
But what I was gonna say is I've also been in a church and I know a family that, like, you know, lost jobs, you know, was coming real close to getting put out on the streets, and the church gave them $20,000 to kind of help float them over. So I've seen it on both ends.
Yeah.
And I think that is more what the church should be a hub in the community. It should be somewhere that people go to get filled up and get what they need spiritually, mentally. I mean, and maybe even a point financially. I remember someone that I know very well with, I can't think, the benevolent offering, you know, where you give like $1 or $2 and that, you know, that offering is put up for people that need help. Look, she was struggling. There was an application process. You go to the church, you fill out the application, and the church will take care of your bills for a month or two. Out of the benevolent offering. So I mean, we shouldn't be.
You think Marvin Sapp doing that? That's what he's taking the 40 grand to do?
I don't think that 40 grand was for that.
Yeah, because what ends up happening.
Now I understand that's just a clip, so maybe I don't have the full context of the reasoning behind the 40 grand. But
whatever your reasoning is, your reasoning can't be a GoFundMe, my nigga, just because you representing Christ. You claim to be representing Christ. So your idea is to GoFundMe. Every time y'all say, if you die, I don't want to see no GoFundMe, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's what he doing. That's what they doing every week, right?
No, it's an offering. That's different.
It's a GoFundMe. He got a fucking Cash App on the screen.
Well, because you can give in more than one way at the church. My church got a Cash App for tithes and offering.
For sure.
Because some people just don't carry cash.
I got you.
But you can still give. Giveify. They got Giveify, Cash App.
It's a GoFundMe though.
Huh?
It's a GoFundMe. The church not selling a product. The church is like the government. The government don't sell a product. All the money that the government got comes from the citizens. They don't have a product to sell. So every time, this bomb costs X amount of money, they don't have money. all of our money goes to them. So when the government buys something, it's us who buying it. Like that's where the money come from. So when a church expands a new wing, it ain't that the church did it. The people who go to the church pay for it.
But that's what the building fund is for, Jason.
Yeah. So you are go fund me. You are funding me.
You helping the church.
Do you not understand the correlation or
I do. I'm just
oh, because that's what it is. It's a GoFundMe. I'm not saying this and it's wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with a GoFundMe.
no,
But
it's,
like,
it's there for crowdfunding.
you feel me? So, but like, don't turn your nose up at somebody who's actually in need, who trying to bury a loved one, and get that the negative shade. And the church dude who got the Bentley and the private jets and everything asks you for money every week, and it's all good. Nah, that other motherfucker who can't bury their loved one is the one in need.
I agree.
Like we be so frustrated. Well, how come they ain't have this? Well, nigga, I died with $100,000 in my account, but ain't nobody got my bank account number. So maybe I had the money, but they don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like if I $2.3 million in my savings account right now. Something happened to me. Who gonna go get it? I'm the only one on the account. I'm dead.
You ain't got no kids, no wife.
Now see y'all doing a GoFundMe. He could have had his shit together. Well, I didn't plan on dying today. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, my bad. Like, you know, GoFundMe. Same with this episode is called GoFundMe.
I really didn't plan on dying this morning, but as fate would have it.
I mean, what the? It's a crazy world. You feel me? It's a cold world.
Yeah.
Now, what I got something I want to play for you.
All right.
I know this is one of
on my emotions, but go ahead.
I know this is one of your favorite rappers of all time. I want to know how you feel about this.
Okay.
When I went to Africa, I created that kind of flow. Like I had no music. So I said, yo, you know what? Let me just make a style. That's when I did Nutmeg. I said, Nutmeg in one. So I said, let me do a style that I got words that rhyme right, but they don't mean shit. You know what I mean? A rap that really don't mean nothing. And that's what I did. And to this day, motherfuckers still trying to decipher what I had said. And I can't even tell you what it was because I'm just picked the words just to get ahead and it was just a style. You know what I mean? And I did it on a couple of songs on Supreme Cloud.
Now, you know, I do love Ghostface. That is one of my favorite rappers. I fuck with Ghostface heavy. Yeah. I am not surprised by this shit at all. Him and Raekwon have been doing this for a long time. Where, like, a lot of it sound fly.
It's a grift. Niggas been scamming for years.
You know what I'm saying? It sound fly. The delivery sound aggressive and fresh. And niggas be like, no, dog, it's some 5%er shit. Because I've been one of them niggas. Like, nah, y'all don't understand the daily mathematics and the meaning behind this
that's
shit.
Why he got the fucking eagle on his arm. Because that shit is soaring above your fucking mental.
Makes absolutely no fucking sense. Like, and when he said it, I was like,
I'm just rhyming words, my nigga.
Gotcha.
So we got to remember this shit when we be making fun of the quote unquote younger niggas. Like, them niggas ain't even talking about that shit. Nigga, just rhyming words. Well, who they get it from, nigga?
Ghost is the pioneer. Wu-Tang is the pioneer of that shit. Ghost, Ray, fucking Dirty.
That's it. Wu-Tang, listen, I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this again.
They lied to us.
But Wu-Tang is the most overrated rap group in the history.
I don't want to do that, Jason. I don't want to do it.
It's like 4.5, 3.5 good niggas and everybody else. And you do not you. Most people, you don't like them as much as you say that you think you like them. Do people fuck with Ghost and Ray? Yes.
Absolutely.
Sure. Do niggas fuck with Method Man? Yes. Why? I don't know. But
You Got, Master Killer. I mean, I fuck with Jizza because like Liquid Swords was a good ass album. That was a classic.
when last time you listened to it?
It's been a while.
When last time you had a inkling of like, is it good songs? Nigga, Cream is amazing. You feel me? Triumph is amazing. But that's where that shit it's like, no, like I don't.
But I'll be honest. Triumph is a song that I love, but that first verse don't mean shit.
Oh, that's the favorite verse.
It is, but so I used to have this bet going with my kids. I promise them anybody that can rhyme Triumph, I give them $100.
Okay.
My daughter kind of studied it a little bit, but she's like, Dad, the song doesn't mean anything. What are they triumphant over in the song? Not nothing. They just bomb atomically. Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses can't describe how I'll be dropping these
mockeries lyrically on
nothing. It don't mean shit.
Possibly they spotted me. Battle scar, Shogun, explosion with my pen. Man, come on, man. That nigga out here spitting, man.
It sounds good, but what does it mean? Nothing.
That nigga basically say, I'm out here dropping knowledge like I'm Socrates, and I be explaining niggas how I do all this shit. And then lyrically, I perform our robbery, and I flee with the lottery. I made money off my rap, so I did with the money after I've been out here schooling niggas. Amen. And he battle scarred like Shogun, like nigga, I'm out here battling niggas in the streets like I'm a fucking slicing niggas with the score. Amen. He shine bright like forensics, like my rhymes shine bright. This is just him explaining.
The more you listen to that song, Master Killer got a verse on there.
But I'm just talking about that first verse. So when I started rapping and the type of music that I started listening to, I like niggas who rap about the way that they rap. And that's the whole thing. I just rap about the way that I rap.
Lyrical miracle niggas.
Like, nigga, I'm better than niggas. This is what I would do to you lyrically. And it's really just a play on words. Like, yo, look what I can do with the English language. Look at how many similes and metaphors I can string together over a dope beat and explain to you how I'm so much better than you rapping. I like niggas who rap about the way that they rap. At some point, you know, you do need some substance, right? Or not. You feel me? Because some shit is just a niche. You feel me? But I like niggas who rap about the way that they rap.
I don't want
to used to be like a thing to rap good. And niggas was like, nigga, I rap so good, I'm making a whole song about why I rap so good. Nowadays,
I don't want to knock the Wu-Tang because that's one of my favorite groups, and it's like telling me that Santa Claus was dead.
Culturally, it's a cultural impact more so than a musical impact, in my opinion.
But they do have some very culturally moving songs. Like you said, Cream, like that's a classic fucking song.
Yeah.
But like, I think one of my favorite Capadonna songs, another nigga that raps about absolutely nothing, is Winter Wars. If you go back and listen to Capadonna's verse on Winter Wars, that nigga's not talking about
not familiar with the song, because why would I be? It's like
it was on How to Be Don't Be a Menace in the Hood soundtrack.
Why would I listen to that soundtrack?
I'm just saying. I went to a Wu-Tang concert once. What do they call Pine Knob now? I don't know what the name of it is anymore. But the concert was out.
Something, I don't know.
The concert was out at Pine Knob. It was like 7 out of 9 of them niggas. Method Man was not there. Old Dirty was already passed away, and somebody else was missing. So Capadonna was like filling in. And you know, if you ever been to a rap show, there's usually a part where niggas want to start freestyling a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Start spitting some shit you ain't never really heard of before. And Capadonna probably went on like a 7-minute freestyle. And when I tell you, you could have heard a roach piss on the floor, how quiet it was in there. Cause like that shit was just not doing nothing. Hey man, Ghost, I love the Supreme Clientele album, but like you sold me a bill of goods, my nigga.
Stages one.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, man. Like so it hurt when you find out like some of your favorite artists niggas wasn't saying shit, my nigga.
And State is my dark horse to win it all. To win it all.
I hope U of M win tonight, so then they can play next week. I mean, they can play what, Sunday? That would play each other.
The only other team that I see getting in the way of State is Duke, because Cooper Flag is a baller. He's a fucking baller.
You know, you can't ever count out Michigan squads. Michigan
No, you
State of
can't.
Michigan
I would
squad.
I would love to see Michigan and Michigan State play
Yeah.
in the tourney, because that's gonna be a game.
They can anyone either one of them can get any good year. They can go all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Sometimes it hurts to find out that niggas just making up shit and those lies that you've been telling niggas and y'all thought he was talking about
No, I was lying so tough. Niggas was coming to me like, dang, what that shit mean? And I'm explaining that shit like I understood. I understood because nigga, I'm tuned in. I'm tuned the fuck in. I understand. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
At a point in my life, I was one of them niggas, one of them hip hop niggas. You know what I'm saying? You can't, nigga. I'm reading the lyrics, nigga. I
was Ola.com, which is still let me type it in. OHHLA.com. Is Ola still there? Look at that, nigga. This website hasn't changed since 1994, nigga. This is where I would get all the lyrics from. I got all cannabis lyrics, nigga. I had memorized songs that I've never heard of by just reading the lyrics, because like early, the internet wasn't out that like that. You feel me? Like you had to, you couldn't hear all these songs.
At one time when I had my first apartment and we was making a lot of money, I had a subscription to Vibe, The Source, and Double XL. All three of them bitches. Like I knew more about hip hop than you niggas.
Dog, I used to, nigga, this website has not changed. This is exactly how the website looks. It's mostly text. Let me go here to cannabis. It had all this 98, all these albums, then it had like B-sides. And I would go look for, I'm like, yo, where is this song? What is this? And I'm reading lyrics from song. So then I go to the record store and shit, and I'm trying to find random ass albums and random ass shit with man. Come on, dog. This was I have been living this hip hop shit for a long time, and I super duper wanted to be a Wu-Tang fan. I am still am. I mean, I love the culture of it, like what it means and what it represents. But I try to listen to that shit, man. I'm not listening to that shit, man.
I remember a nigga standing outside of the grocery store telling me he was from Brooklyn, New York, and he had all this unreleased Wu-Tang shit on cassette tapes and the songs written out on loose leaf paper. New Killer Priest, new Wu-Tang Killer Bees, all of that shit. And I bought it.
We had a nigga in Cody and shit who he swore he was an unofficial member of the new Wu-Tang. He was from New York, so we called a nigga New York. That nigga wasn't no fucking Wu-Tang. That nigga ended up coming in the studio a couple years ago and shit. I'm like, nigga. He was like, no, nigga, I knew he was. Well, we was telling everybody, nigga. How about this? Because like in 11th or 12th grade, before I even knew what Royce da 5'9" looked like, it was a rumor that it was a nigga walking around with dreads and a big chain that said 5'9". Because only thing I heard from him at the time was that the Bad Meets Evil, right? And I had never heard a nigga from Detroit rap like that before. We ain't never heard Eminem either, but like I'd never heard a nigga from rap. It was like rumors around all the rap circles, like, yo, it's a nigga named 5'9". We probably was confusing him with Proof and shit. Cause like, did Royce ever have dreads? I don't know if Royce ever had locks, but like, he's like, no, he got a chain, and the chain say 5'9". It was like these people were like mythical creatures. You feel me? Like,
let me tell you something. I knew who. The first time I figured out who Royce da 5'9" was, I used to date this chick that lived out in Oak Park, and she had an older brother. And there was always a nigga that her older brother hung with.
Yeah.
And I remember like being over her house, and her older brother's friend came over, and this nigga had a Lexus. He had a bubble-eyed Lexus. First time I'd ever seen that bitch. And I was like, what do your brother Fred do? She was like, he rap or something. And she like called her brother up out the basement. She like, what your friend Ryan down there be doing? He's like, that nigga rap. He signed to Tommy Boy. He finna come out. It was Royce the 5'9".
That's crazy.
It was just her older brother's friend. And I was like, oh, that's what's up. And then I started hearing about him. I was like, oh, that's that same nigga that used to be over Keita in them house. Her older brother friend Ryan.
Yeah, yeah.
Never saw that nigga with locks.
Never.
Never saw him with locks.
But like,
in my life.
It got a stranglehold of me, you know what I'm saying, when I was 10th, 11th grade, you feel me? Like, I was always into it, but like, it went to a different level. So I'm reading and printing lyrics out or top 8 of 8 type shit. I'm recording the radio, playing the song, writing the lyrics out on a piece of paper to learn the songs, the whole 9 yards.
Top 8 of 8 rap blast on Saturday. I remember being so entrenched in hip hop. I would call the rap blast to try and get a song played, and they'd be like, "We ain't got that."
I would love New Year's Eve, dog. I love New Year's Eve and I love New Year's Day because WJLB would play the top 98 songs of the year, and you get to hear every song and record. I would literally be there all day.
Yeah,
like just trying to record all the songs. I remember by the time I wrote all the lyrics to Today Was a Good Day, by the time I finished, I memorized the song. Like, that's how I would memorize lyrics. You feel me? Like, I would just record the shit on the radio, play it back, write the lyric. What do you say? Today was a but yeah, but man,
I was deep into this rap shit.
But I really wanted to do I really wanted to do the quote unquote super duper raw boom bap hip hop shit. I could never get into that Wu-Tang shit like that. The singles was amazing, but I feel like,
nigga, I've heard you be on that Lyrical Miracle shit. Let It Rain on Petey Pistol's album. You was talking that Lyrical Miracle shit.
Yeah, shit on Apple Music. You niggas want to hear me rap? You know, I'll throw that shit in the show notes or some shit. I can rap. Well, I could rap. I haven't rapped in a long time, but like, dog, it was a thing. It was a thing. But like, I try to listen to that shit. And what I think happens is the record label be like, we need a single. And they be all fucking hate the nerds in the suits, and they put that shit out. And the song that they hate making is the one that we all love, and we don't like the rest of that album. That rest of the album be a bunch of album cuts that we don't give a fuck about.
Or your Lyrical Miracle favorite rapper can't make a single, and he gets stuck in Lyrical Miracle motherfucking purgatory for his whole career.
But also though, it's 20 and 30 years later, and niggas is still listening to them shits. Maybe you should have never chased the radio record. Like,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that we not listening for Smile and South Star 30 years later, but they had a hot fucking record, right? It blew up the charts on the record, but we not listening to their fucking album. Shout out to them. But I don't want to just unintentionally throw shade at them.
No, we could throw shade at Smiles and fucking South Star, but like, nigga, the landscape of music nowadays is so accepting. You said it yourself. Like, if you like bars, it's a nigga rapping bars right the fuck now. He on SoundCloud. You just gotta find him.
I woke up this morning and listened to the whole Bodie James project, him and Ant Beach project on the way to motherfucking work, and we're listening to that shit on the way back to work. The nigga just got dope beats, dope rhymes. He on some gritty, grimy Detroit shit, some hood shit, and it's lyrical. Perfect combination. Bodie James is gonna drop an album every month for sure. Sometimes 2 or 3 times a month, and I'm listening every fucking time. And sometimes I be in a Bodie mood. I type in Bodie name, and I just go pick. Oh, did they got another album? Oh, listen to that shit, and it's dope shit to me. Like, that didn't exist before. If you wasn't on the top,
not right, that piff.
No, I'm saying if you wasn't on the top 8 at 8 or on some super duper mainstream radio record, you weren't successful. You didn't make money. We never heard no project. You never heard another one. Nowadays, whatever you like, there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
And they will keep giving to you what you want, because I know what my audience like. You feel me? Like I know what my audience like. And if you don't know what your audience like, shame on you. Cater to your audience. Stop trying to get the new listener and work with the ones that you got, because the ones that you got will tell others you gotta fuck with this, my nigga.
And you know what? That's a very beautiful point, because I look at a nigga like Lil Russell. He is just Lil Russell. There's no gimmicks. It's no, like, that nigga has found a lane. He has found a niche, and it has taken him from the pergola all the way to the NBA All-Star game. Like,
What's so interesting to me, dog? His not having a gimmick has turned into a gimmick. That's not the right word. You feel me?
yeah.
Because we was in the studio and it was like, everybody know who Lil Russell is. One of the niggas was like, I ain't never heard a Lil Russell song, but I know who he is and I know what he stand for. And I know what his
Do that little dance. Do that little dance I like.
Because like in real life, his music is a lot much nicer now than before. It was kind of more like, I do that little dance.
Shut your European lips.
Yeah. I fuck with Lil Russell. Like, you know, I'm a fan. You feel me? And he can just rap. But my only criticism is you give us a chorus, one verse, and another. You give us a hook, a verse, and a hook.
And
I just
my
want
nigga, that's my formula, nigga.
I get
Take
it.
it or leave it.
I get
Take
it.
it or leave it.
But
Shut
like
your European lips.
after a while, when niggas like, all right, Fab, we tired of hearing the same songs from you, Fab. We tired of hearing like Fab. You need to say something, Fab. Or Lil Wayne, you've been rapping nothing for 25 to 30 years now. We need a song with some substance. Or like what's going on, Wayne? Like after a certain point, you'd be like, all right, my nigga. When your core fans want to hear something from you, that's when you talk. Not the suit.
Look, my nigga, I've seen Future in concert 4 separate occasions.
That's unfortunate.
That nigga be rapping about absolutely nothing. But nigga, I get to I go in there, nigga, trance out, sweating, and
man, what's the tough
thing
thing about what's going on right now? I seen somebody, I don't know, somebody sent it to me, it was on a timeline yesterday, but basically Musically Insiders was like, man, your lyrics don't matter. It's all about the melody. Forget the melody. I mean, forget the lyrics. It's all about the melody. And da 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 da. And like, I get it, I understand it, the whole 9 yards. But like the words matter too. Like in art, like the words matter too. When they tell you like, fuck the lyrics, just find the melody. I understand it on the commerce side, and like but like, the lyrics matter too though. Like it matter. So I don't know though. Cause like fuck it, just buy instrumental then. Like if you just here for the beat and the vibes, just go buy some like beat tape. And I be seeing, I don't know, man. I be seeing people recording process, and everybody got their own process. I be like, don't y'all care about the lyrics though? Y'all don't care about it like at all. That should be weird. Or it's just different. I won't say it's weird, it's different. Well, weird is different. I don't know.
Fuck some comments, yeah.
Yeah.
4 separate occasions have I seen Future perform.
And more power to you, man. I hope you had a good time, man. I know that's not a venue for me though, for sure.
Nigga, I'm just sweating and tranced out.
Druggies and shit.
Huh?
Be a bunch of druggies in that motherfucker. Just a bunch of niggas worshiping Future, because that's really what it is. There'll be a bunch of niggas down there worshiping Future. When we was talking about biblical shit, right? You think niggas was really down there worshiping a golden calf? Like, oh, this calf must be my Lord and Savior. Nah, I think them niggas probably at a concert, dog. Them niggas is probably doing some wild shit, and they like it really do be worship. You hear how niggas talk about Future, dog?
Yeah, I've been one of them niggas.
And then they go to the concert, and you give all your energy focused on that one stage.
It'd be a black and white video screen behind him showing a bunch of whatever tantric messages he trying to put in your head. It'd be skulls, rabbits, babies,
yeah,
church doors, stained glass windows.
That's worship for sure. I went to I've been to Jay and Beyonce concert. I went when they was in Soldier Field, and it was a whole bunch of shit. It's a whole fucking stadium, and it's all that satanic shit flashing, you know what I'm saying, on the screen. Like, so for an example, I know niggas be like, y'all looking too deep into this. How come y'all always got devil faces and Baphomet heads? Like, why is that that's the consistent thing between all that shit? Like, oh, y'all just think that shit, like, I get it once or twice, but it's always the same thing.
Pentagrams, blood.
Like, it's always the same thing. You think, like, one time is a coincidence and a nigga was tripping. But, like, every time, like, it's always, oh, these niggas. Like,
no,
every time is somebody tripping. Every time. Like, come on, dog.
100,000.
Yeah, niggas be worshiping. Like, all that energy at the stage, it's worship. You feel
like,
me?
nigga, I be feeling like I'm drained. Every time I've seen Future, nigga, I feel like I had to work. I'm drained.
Oh, you gave me you was worshiping that nigga for sure. Unintentionally or intentionally. You definitely worship that nigga for sure.
I fuck on that bitch and we lay up. I fuck on that bitch and we lay up.
And now you go fuck on bitches and you want to lay up.
I don't lay up with hoes.
You supposed to lay up with women, my nigga. I think y'all got the game fucked up.
I don't like to cuddle. I don't be laying up. I don't like to cuddle.
That's unfortunate. You should cuddle with women. That's why they was built, for niggas to cuddle with them. Like,
I turn my back and I go.
Like, what happened to niggas?
I turn my back and I go to sleep. I don't want to cuddle all night.
I guess what I'm saying is, in generally speaking, I don't know about your life. It just seemed like men don't want to like women. And it seemed gay to me.
It probably come across that because a lot of us are dating women that we don't like.
Because the men don't like women, it seems. Like, go find somebody you like.
Yeah,
why you want to date with somebody you don't like?
Shout out to Curve, because that's been his advice. He said that to me, like, find somebody that you like. And then, but I do be liking them. But I don't like to cuddle per se. That's just not my. I'm more comfort than cuddle.
Sure, but I maybe that's what's wrong with the world. Niggas need to cuddle more with women, and I think niggas' days would be better or some shit. I don't know.
I mean, my days would be a lot better if I could cuddle with a woman every night. But such is life.
I seen some shit that said like humans. It wasn't even like men. Like humans need like 7 hugs a day or some shit, and like it releases some kind of.
I would probably be a better person if I got 7 hugs a day.
That shit changed my way of thinking. I'm like, damn, I ain't hugged a motherfucker today. Like,
I'm not even gonna lie. I saw a friend of mine and she gave me a hug, and like I felt like I melted into her arms. Like I just how somebody you've been in a situation where maybe you're having a bad day and a bad moment.
You just need
somebody else can feel that on you, and they give you that hug, the type that's they hold on just a little bit longer and a little bit tighter. If I got 7 of them a day, I wouldn't be damn going wild. I'd be damn going nice. I need more hugs in my life. So if you see me,
somebody killed young Scooter.
Damn.
I'm literally in traffic from it. On his birthday, it's crazy. Damn.
That's June and shout out to the World Rumble. That's June and Cheyenne. I saw that. Damn. I'm looking at it now, rather.
Man, hey, listen, man. All jokes aside, we need more love. We need way more love. I'm looking at we've been talking about in the group chat about this this shit in Texas. You know what I'm saying? All the murders and rappers been indicted and all the other stuff. And man, you got like millionaires or alleged millionaires. I don't know how much money these niggas got. They out here murdering each other. When you have like a legal way to make money and get away, like the allure of the streets is like, I think this is Chris Rock fault.
Explain.
It's Chris Rock fault, and then it's Snoop and Dre fault. Snoop, Dre, specifically Eazy-E.
Nobody wants to be a studio gangster.
No, it happened with CB4, right? And them niggas were studio gangsters. Like they were one way in real life, but they portrayed hard. And then when Eazy-E and Dre fell out, them niggas called them studio gangsters. You started to bang around the peace treaty and everything. So they ostracized them for not being tough in real life. Or that was the claim. Yes. So since that has happened, everybody has had to prove, no, I'm really tough. I am really a gangbanger. And that was 91, 92.
When you say you tough, people want to see how tough you are. Yeah.
And like ever since then, some of these rappers and shit wasn't even born when this happened, right? But like since then, the era is, now I don't want anybody to look at me like I don't actually kill black people and I actually don't disrespect black women. I need to prove that I kill black people and disrespect black women. I have to prove it because now I'm real. And we've confused criminal with real. And those are two different things. But like real is, if you don't sip lean and you don't do drugs, don't make a career off of saying I do this because you're not real. It's really lame and it's really evil.
I mean, Future came out a few years ago and was like, nigga, I don't be doing codeine. I just be rapping about that shit.
That means you an agent, my nigga. You an agent. You are working for them people and you are hurting your people for financial gain.
Just
like that's it.
Now, where is it playing at his Chris Rock fault?
CB4, the movie.
Oh, okay.
Like that whole, and I don't even know who shot that movie, but I said CB4 because I mean he was straight out of Low Cash. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And
a nigga named Gusto.
Yeah. But like Charlie Murphy too. So like that was the whole thing. But so like it's been that. So now I gotta prove I'm gangster. I gotta prove I'm tough. I'm what I'm rapping about is real life. So I'm beefing with this person on the record. I gotta put a hit on him in real life and murder him while he's driving in his car down the street.
Hey man, I done learned so much about niggas, about so-called gangsters and rap niggas in this last week. I don't know what to do. If I never hear nothing else about Big U another day in my life, I'll be cool. Brick Baby, whoever them niggas that got locked up, hey my nigga, stop talking to them colonizers. Stop going on fucking No Jumper, Vlad TV, Academics. Stop talking to them niggas.
But
shut the fuck up.
They do that shit on their own though. They do that shit on their own.
Hey man,
even when they not on them platforms, they upload their own stuff because I want respect. I want people to look at me, and the only way I know how to get respect from my own people is to murder, rob, and kill.
I've seen niggas upload drive-bys, upload robbing niggas. Hey, I know you don't like this nigga, but I heard Jim Jones say some shit on one of his albums. A fish wouldn't get caught if he kept his motherfucking mouth shut.
And that nigga was on tape talking. He should have kept his own fucking mouth.
Stop talking. Stop uploading this shit. Stop putting your missions up to get likes. Stop doing bad shit, first of all.
We need more love.
Do it, shut the fuck up.
Have you ever seen a nigga with a caring, loving spouse go out there and want to murder niggas for like when you actually? I don't understand. If I'm rich, I have a family. I got a beautiful wife. I do not want to leave that and go into the hood and fuck with niggas.
But nigga, you made a good point. If you're getting hugs at home and probably got a beautiful woman that cares about you and giving you a little in-house pussy
that you care about,
changing your perspective on life.
Well, you can't look at her as in-house pussy, my nigga.
I'm just saying, like you have intimacy at home. Yeah. You can go home and kiss your children on the forehead every night. You probably got a little different perspective at life.
We need more love. Men should like women again. Okay. Like
hey, my nigga, I was gonna say this before the young scooter shit, but if you are a woman, preferably a woman with a fat ass and voluptuous, and if you see me and you want to give me a hug, just tell me. Dame is open for hugs, baby. Hug me. Help get the stress off of me. I need more love in my life.
Only if she's voluptuous with, as you said, a fat ass.
I mean, God knows my heart.
Right, just blocks your blessings. You feel me?
Look, man, I can't marry nobody that ain't got no fat ass.
You went to marriage? We just talking about hugs.
Keep your flat ass hugs away from me. If you ain't got no bubble back there, keep that weak ass hug.
All right, man. That's all I got this week, though.
It's time for the benediction, nigga.
Yeah, let me play this fucking music.
We'll end it on that note.
There we go.
Hey, yo, it's your man Dame going wild on everything that matter. I got a new reel up on TikTok. I'm gonna have to share it on the Shop Talk page, my page, all that. So it'll be up soon. The doors of the church are now open. If you want to give me and Jason $40,000, we will gladly take it and use it for the benefit of this show.
Is $ Shop Talk Podcast, $ Shop Talk Podcast.
And I want to ensure you that every dollar that you give to us will be split 50-50 so me and Jay can do the Lord's work. When you see the blue and the black, you know where you at. Shop Talk Podcast. Yeah. Your mama. Tell your mama to give me a hug.
Listen, we need more hugs. We need more love. Women should lay up with men, and men should lay up with women.
I wish I was laying up with some titties tonight.
You don't like the
From a woman that loves me. From a woman that loves me.
You know, you blocked your blessing. You told these women that you don't want to cuddle. Now they like, what kind of nigga don't want to, you know?
I don't like to cuddle. I just don't.
How you gonna lay it with ass and titties if you don't want to cuddle? That's not. That's
Can I
a
sleep
competing
comfortably? Can I sleep comfortably?
Well, I assume when people go to sleep, they just go to sleep.
Okay, well, I need to be in my sleep position. And it's usually with my back to you.
All right.
But I'm willing to compromise.
No, Dave is not willing to compromise. He's not compromised. We need more love. We need more hugs. More hugs, more love. Stop doing drugs. These are bars. That was unintentional bars, but they mean something. They're not just rhyming words like Supreme Clientele.
Like nutmeg.
Favorite rappers were never saying anything to begin with. But it works that way. When you see the blue and the black, you know where you at. It's Shop Talk Podcast. It's 467 weeks in a row. I'm not saying we the Rockefeller podcast, but we are Jay and Dane.
Hell yeah. Demons out.
Yeah.
Demons out.
Yes. I'm not a demon, my nigga.